Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to Lovecraft Country and Cultist Simulator, Lantern Aspirant, Sheev Palpatine run, of course. If you was reminded last episode that, we forgot to give Sheev back his name. So if you can hear in the background, Mrs. Hudson is located within the recording booth again, and she may, in fact, may catch her in the background a bit. Anyways, let's go back to where we are right now. Okay, so we've gotten Sheev back into the bottom level of the Naboo senatorial office, just the bottom level, unfortunately, and we've got a new Mr. Alden. I'd imagine that since we had the other one, wasn't killed, it might actually be the same one who managed to survive the scandal that we caused for them, but he's obviously out for vengeance, so we'll have to eliminate him as quickly as possible. The Jedi Council have sent their goddamn Padawan onto us, and unfortunately, our recent expedition into scavenging ruins in Coruscant for usable items, which, had some level of use. Here, we've got a bronze spinter out of it, which means we can learn a language. Unfortunately, has brought them back onto us, and Sheev has deviated from his path of returning to, normalcy to once again try to embrace the path of the Sith. Now, as you can see, he appears to have caught a cold. We'll deal with that later. We certainly got the money for it, just barely. But definitely can get the vitality from exercise. We've got the 4-point tool. We don't have any. We've got a book in Latin, which we don't know, unfortunately. Apparently, our time in the madhouse erased all of our knowledge of languages, which, I suppose it happens sometimes. We've got a couple of occult scraps from diving into the Mansis, and as you can see, we are now approaching the white door, which means we're going to be able to get more powerful ones. Meanwhile, okay, she's in the lap. Meanwhile, let's consider our next actions. Now, first of all, we want this thing to die, and we don't have a season of suspicion quite yet, although it looks like we're going to be another freaking restlessness again, which means we're going to have to paint it and somehow deal with Alden or... There are multiple ways of doing this. What I can do is I can try to use the bomb maker to kill Alden. That's going to get us a second notoriety right off the bat, and he's only got a 30% chance of succeeding, so I don't think that's the best option we should be taking right now. So, yeah, we need to get rid of Alden. But the only way to do that is get one of the minions here that has a 70% chance of pulling it off. Now, in the meantime, we do want to do a few of these other missions in order to get... books that we desperately need. Like, we can get a Latin translation from here, but the problem being is that this guy doesn't have a great chance of getting that pulled off. So, yeah, the Serpent, this one, we also need either Edge or Knock. So, yeah, we need more minions. Either we go straight for the Cult now and take in the notoriety damage, or we pop in and do the... we pop in and we try to get some more minions, which, disposable minions are disposable. So first thing I think we'll do is we'll pop the health in to get the vitality we're going to need for that sickness. So we're going to have to use one of our limited funds at the moment. And at the same time, let's get the occult scrap, because we definitely want to get we want to get the hidden temple, which, if you remember from last time, can be useful for getting rid of notoriety and such, especially if we use it to join together lore, which we'll be trying to do. Now, in the meantime, let's see. Let's just go with, since all of our wheels are currently occupied, let's just continue forward. Now, once we get the white door, we can immediately use our temptation to get the next door, which will then allow us to get the reason upgraded to the next level pretty quickly. In other words, the scholarship. Yep, there we go. There's Alden again. Annoyed. Now, I'm going to answer this more fully in the comment. One person pointed out that, if mathematically my... using the manual labor first instead of going directly to Alden is slightly less opportunistic in money-wise per time, but I like to do it because I like to ensure... Okay, still okay. I like to ensure that we get a higher level of health quickly with all the vitality it generates. Yes, there's a small chance of getting an injury, but considering the number of funds you start off with in the beginning, that 10 funds from an aspirant run, you can just really cure that right fast. So yeah, okay, so we've got Alden here, position at Glover and Glover. Until we get rid of Alden, we cannot do things like paint very easily. There's going to be the affliction we'll need the vitality for. So if I right now decide to stop and do the Watchman's footsteps, Never actually read this one before. Hunger glows in my brain. Hunger for the knowledge invisible arts might bring. So yeah, that does sound like Sheev, doesn't it? The power. Unlimited power. Although when we do end this one, since of course it's just him becoming a senator and not actually the emperor, will be limited power. Limited power. I mean, we all start somewhere on this road, right? Anyways, I probably should just slip back to Glover and Glover. We'll deal with this probably in the usual way of getting drunk. Or just letting it die, assuming we don't get a dread trap coming up quickly. Okay, so again, we're at regular speed for a little bit until we get to the next stage of things. And, you know, having to use one hand for the cat is going to slow me down a little. Alright, so there we go. We now have, there are hounds about the house with their mists and their traces. Bounds, sorry, not hounds. I actually like the hounds thing better with the underworld, because, yeah, the white door is the underworld. The rock known as the Temple of the Wheel, high as a church spire, patched with black lichen and daubed with eye signs around it, and their head meets the white door, the edge white. The light of the house leaks on its edges. Now remember, this is the universe in a broken state, so due to the destruction of the sun. So the underworld should A, not be this accessible while you're living, and B, should be dark, not light. So this is another example of how things are a bit dysfunctional in this reality. Now, the restlessness, again, we could use it for initiation if we actually had the cult up and running, which we do not. We should probably move on to that, but like I said, I want to lose this first, if possible. I mean, we're good for another 100 seconds. Basically have to get lucky, or we have to use the full painting thing to risk it. All right, so we've got the affliction. But vitalities. Yeah, we'll have to wait 1 second for the vitality, which we will do. All right, so one thing we'll do is grab the vitality, put in the sickness. And like I said, it takes me a second to get back up to speed. That'll get our health back. This one is the Forgotten Mithram, which I definitely want to end our escapades in, so to speak, when we start moving around headquarters and such. One advantage of starting the cult is it does allow us to switch headquarters in order to be able to get the rid of notoriety, which we only do so many times. And we've also got the abandoned warehouse, which we could do immediately for a secrecy one if we really wanted to, if we had the cult, but we don't. So again, we got to get our Sith cult up and going. Make Sheev's afraid of sending out those texts to his former minions. He showed weakness to the Sith. That's just not a good thing. Alright, so the cult scrap. If we put this one in, let's see what we get the last. I think we might get the last one. In the meantime, let's see. That's going to be busy here. We don't really have anything to study, which is a bad thing. Suppose we can go right to the notes for possible collaborator. I have a name, a description. Now, this is essentially us texting our former followers and seeing which one will actually return our calls. I'm sorry, dude. I just started this book club, and it's far more interesting than this whole blood sacrifice thing. Well, at least, you know, it's less likely to get a Jedi on me. So, yeah, we go. Yeah, Jedi, the secret police of the Republic, and you cannot tell me otherwise. And like I say, at least the Sith admit that they're controlling things. Jedi just show up with lightsabers and mind control powers and help. You want their help, don't you? Well, you do now, because they made it so it's impossible for you to not do so. Oh, great. We got Mystique, too, now. There we go. Apparently just, you know, reading did that? Jesus. Jedi are using their mind-reading powers to control Coruscant. There we go, there we go. My conspiracy theories are not crazy. They're actually probably not crazy enough. I hear you out there. I know you're out there. If you've ever seen Knights of the Old Republic 2, if you actually, according to that, if you actually want to stop people from overlooking your thoughts, what you do is you have a continuous cycle of what you might consider mindless thoughts. For example, the character Atten, I believe, in that one, constantly played Pazuk in his head, which meant that if you read his mind, his surface thoughts were constantly drowned by a constant virtual game of that. You could do that with, say, chess or things like that. So long as your mind is engaged in something else, your deeper thoughts are harder to access. So again, we got that going, and we'll get probably, acquaintance. Oh boy. This could be where things get a little crazy. Okay, so we've got the dread up and running. So, in the meantime, we just have to make sure we keep track of that trap. And if we accidentally get fascination, we can use the dread to kill it. Alright. Get the healths up and running. Let's see, St. Agnes Hospital, which means we haven't quite got all of them yet. Ah, so that's one of my favorite. Okay, so the question is, yeah, we got way... I mean, like I said, I want to ditch that notoriety before we go any further. The dread trap's up and running, but in the meantime, we can take the white door and take our... There we go, to the stag door, right off the bat. That, like I said, will help us get the reason to the next level, which, you know, is not essential, but you might as well do it while you can. Now, we have to put her in there when we're ready to go for initiation purposes, but still got the mystique and notoriety. Alright, so let's go to fast forward, because I think, yeah, what we could do... Let's go walkabout. See if we can find somebody to deal with a problem for us. Alright. Alright, so we got our cash back. What have we got here? Oh no, level 3 moth is not going to pull it, so we're just going to let that one die. In the meantime, okay. We have to go back to work, of course. We're keeping a sharp eye on us. We'll use a bit sneakiness later. One of our Sith assassins. Well, maybe not assassin, maybe just Sith sneaky person. Sith spy. There we go. Uh-oh, dread trap up and running. 57. This is going to be longer than we have here, so we do need to ditch it, unfortunately. Okay, so in order to do that, we're going to have to get seriously drunk. Oh yes, the Sith technique of 3 martini breakfast. On the other hand, that means notoriety will die, which is good. Now, let's see what we've got. Alright, boom. We now have the stag door riddle. Now, we're not going to be able to drop the riddle until we get level 6 lore. What must open before this way opens? Which means, yeah. Okay, back to the dream. Answer this riddle. This probably means that we need to get 6 of... Yeah. 6 of the, knock. Well, it's not that difficult, but we should probably start seriously investing into the bookstore to get that. We'll hold this here for now. In the meantime, since we do need a level 2 vault, and the only way to get a level 2 secret history is in the lowest level of the Mansis. We'll go back to doing that, and... Right, whoops. Oh well, I guess the dread trap will detonate, but we will get the contentment in place when we do so. Sigh. Sometimes you can forget these things. Alright. Alright, so we'll do that. Try another hireling at the moment. Now, if we do actually get a useful hireling, we will be able to hit one of the more useful versions of the level 2 vaults. But, of course, it's all dependent on the roll of the dice. Like, example, the hulking fellow would have worked if we had also still had the bomb maker, but we don't have the bomb maker, so there is that. So, but 51 seconds, we can safely do this. Alright, Isabet, let's get this knocked out. Find a mystical organization based on the Watchmen again. Now, one of the things that's interesting is that in the context of this game, the Sith and the Jedi are not light and dark. They are different versions of light. Light is order. The Sith Empire is, of course, a thing of order. And it's just more brutal than the Jedi version of order, which is, you know, like I said before, they suggest you do what they want. Literally, sometimes. Another notoriety, but like I said, that one will die before any possible that, and we do not have one of those. The dread's adding up, though, which is not good. So, what we want to do is we want add lore, determine founding principles. We already know what we want. We want the Mirror of Glory. There we go. Okay, so once that occurs, we'll get Isabet, nominated to be one of our peeps, and then we will work towards getting her to the next level so that we can have her try to drive Alden insane. Because, sometimes you just got to do the work in-house. Okay, so... Alright, then. Let's move this thing forward. Okay, so we're going to drop into the Mansis in a moment. There we go. I actually kind of liked it when they... well, not quite what I wanted, but we'll work with it. And I don't think I can actually... There's some ways you can actually reduce lore by combining it with its opposite. But I don't think you can do that with this sort of thing. Okay, but we will, however, have a night out so we can get rid of that dread trap. In the meantime, let's see. Nothing else to study, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, no point in trying to upgrade the influence because we have nothing to upgrade it with. Again, I think we've forgotten all of our mystic lore somehow. Okay, so, my reason. There you go. That's why you want to get at least this level of reason before you do so you can maintain both your job and your cult. That's important, by the way. Oh my god, another one? I got sick. Oh my god, I got sick from going from that bender. Ugh. The cost of being a Sith. God, apparently I just was in the hospital for too long. I didn't no longer have the stamina I once did. Okay, while we're here, let's just... Since we've got a little bit of money, see if we can get a book. We can at least study, since we've got that option open to us. Now, the white door. Yeah, which one should we tackle at this point? We're going to need the sickness in a moment, so we might actually want to use that idle study to get the exercise pumping. There we go. Oh, God, so it just keeps adding up. There we go. This one will kill itself before we have an issue there. That's glory. It's a fascination trap, which we don't have an issue with right now. Meanwhile, let's probably get the... Yeah, we've got the sickness. It's going to be... We've got time to have one drop in here. And try to get that last level 2. Alright. More money, because, you know, more money, more problems. There you go. We're being a diligent worker. Okay, you have to have a recruit, which we are going to do with Elizabeth. There we go. Okay, at least we're going to start losing problems. Alright, that is winter. Christopher Ilopi's Dream Journals, Unreadable Occultist, Literary and Bewildering, 2nd volume. Level 2 or level 4, winter, I can't recall which, but it's also in English, which means we can study it immediately. Okay, put the passion back together. Alright, now... She's a believer. The thing is, we have level 4 lore, and this is level 2. Yeah, if we had one more level of lore, looking at you, dude, we could use this to initiate her to the next level. In the meantime, okay, what we can do is use the temporary headquarters, move that into the abandoned... Okay, no, we've already been there, but we can... Let's move the abandoned... This will grab a notoriety, and this will allow us to also... have a secret place. Go for it. There you go. Cold Trail. We moved from my apartment into an abandoned house. Well, I technically still have the apartment because that's on my address, but you know what I mean. In the meantime, what we can do is we can get another mystique up and going. Oh my god, we got another one coming? Geez, she's trying to depress the hell out of me again. Alright, we're going to have to do painting. That's the only way we're going to be able to get through this. Alright, so we're just going to tell Alden to kiss our ass for a bit. Okie dokie. Or, since we have level 2... risky. Alright, this is getting a little weird. We've got 2 vitalities now up and running. Yeah. What do you do with this anyways? You can't study restlessness, unfortunately. You could do something with it. Anyways, let's see. The Mirror of Glory and Yisabet are single believer. She's always been my favorite. We're not going to be able to... There we go. Pause for a moment. Everything's exploding. Thank you. Actually didn't really mind it. Alright, 2 Furtive Truths. This is weird. Alright then. 2 of those. We've got Exhausted Passion. Love how it blinks at me. Really do. Doesn't freak me out in any way. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, unfortunately Overtime's going to blow another dread on us. So there's that. At least the dread traps up. Well, that's the funny part, is we're not actually going to have Mystique up when he's... We might actually be able to time this in between Esoteric Matters and the Mystique dying over there, which is kind of interesting. Any case, let's do Overtime, I guess. Oh, well, this one's empty. Exclusive discussion with similarities between Enopolis' dreams and those of Emperor Elgaldius, who anomaly rises the dupe of Avatar of the Sun in Rags. The white is west of the world. My mom's Elnopi remarks, and winter does not wait for us, not wait forever. Remember, Elgaldius is the one who actually founded the Forgotten Mithram, which is why we find the manacles they use for blood sacrifice there. Because remember, white is death, and death is not moral. Death will just take whatever is before it. All right. Okay, so we've got another dread going, which is great, thanks. Okay, we can do... Alright, so, Right. We're going to have another acquaintance, which will be hopefully come. Yep. We've got a darken that. Basically, we've got it as a secret, which means if I use it to combine lore, that's or for other purposes, there's a chance it will absorb rotation cards. It's a location. It is a pit. Basically, that's allows us to combine things that require how do I put this? Experimentation on living flesh. To slaughterhouse, basically. Rafter rats or smells almost lost from the reek of the river. It's a long way from anywhere, and we go. All these things another way advantages, and it is a headquarters. So we got that going at least. Yep. No address is really permanent, like our bodies do this in the end, but for now, this is home. Yep, and our old place burns away. Well, there's a little bit of a fire, I guess. But no, I can't actually do that because, of course, still got to have my address to where those checks come to. Alright, so, yeah. We need to get level 6 at least when it comes to this, which means we need to get Latin, which means we need to get a lot of things, unfortunately. But hopefully we can start brute forcing our way through some of these missions. Now, the thing is we've got to, let's see, if we combine somebody with a bet that has, like the shifty woman, we'll have a good chance of getting some of these missions that I want off. Alright, so that's done, but I think, like I said, we're going to have to tell him to piss off because it's getting a little spooky, as it were. I'd love to use the dread here, but that's just going to keep the dread going for longer. Could use this. Why not? All right, so let's get this. Let's get it. We don't want to use the mystique because that's going to make it us longer, but we do want to use... Let's grab a passion. We don't need more than one. We just need to get rid of this. There you go. That will hopefully be able to take care of some problems. Now, with Alden, what we could do is try to drive him crazy, risk getting the notoriety, or a 30% chance, I mean, we will get the notoriety, then we can try to get rid of that too. I mean, it's a bit of a mess. We can make it work. Or we can just use the passion to get our job back. But as you can see, the mystique is gone. Oh, wait, we might be generating more. Oh, well. But he's only got a limited time to be able to grab it. Which means hopefully we can get this over with. Alright, what do we got? Health's back. Good. Not sure why it randomly drops there. Okay, Elgato has found his way to the White Door at last. Thankfully, speech cannot pass the White Door. Honestly, Elgato just never had anything interesting to say. I tried to follow his footsteps, but I never heard loud enough of the White. I'm most unthankful of that, too, but here's what I do know. Right. Sex and Secret's level 2, because you need level 4, either Light or Winter or Knock, in order to be able to access the Manses, which he never did. And like you said, he never actually... like I said, went all the way, or even to the point where he thought that and his lover, of course, became an immortal, which, you know, is one of those tragedy things, I suppose. Just seems like the dude just couldn't commit. I mean, it's eternity. You find things to do in it, right? Even if it is a broken universe. All right, so yeah. What can we do here? We've got plenty of this to work with, but nobody to use with until this is done. And, oh no, tell me I'm getting a, oh, okay. I thought it might tell me who I was getting, and that would be kind of depressing if it's just a pawn. But anyways, what do we got? Probably got just enough to hit the bookstore, so I might as well. Like I said, slower beginning here. But... kind of interesting is that, yep, searching for clues. He's only got 13 seconds. If I don't produce that mystique within the 13 seconds, we're good. Oh, we did. I forgot about this over here. Oh, well. You know, it is just a hanger-on. Ugh. The winter hanger-on as well. Do I really even want to bother with this one yet? Probably not. Could use him to get rid of the dread. I think. If what I believe this is correct, we can use this. No. Trappings? You can, actually, but we use this for the actual initiation. And you can get... But I will transmit my headache into him. My dread. The thing is... Alright, so real-life cult time here. One of the things that happens with cults is that people who... see, bad magic has bad consequences. It can do some serious... You can have some serious... damage to your aura and such, but sometimes unethical will find people to take that damage by forming a cult. Essentially what they do is they create a mystical bond. Wait, we can actually do this? Excellent. Go for it. Made it just in time. And make a mystical bond, then pass on their contamination to their followers, like basically dispersing out pollution into fresher water. And those people suffer for it, and in the end, it's really nothing more than an accounting trick, and karma does catch up to you, but it's really messes up everything else in the process. So yeah, be careful who you take mystical advice from, even if from TikTok. All right, Psalmist versus Allegory can long slow doom romance with the sun, sunset at noon. That's another white one. Okay, cool. We can do that. We have erudition. I don't know if we're going to be able to. It's going to be up long enough to do so. It appears to be a work of aesthetics, or perhaps a set of warnings of the dangers of painting. Oh, on the white. This must be. This is written by a person who's warning us not to go take the ghoul route. Which, you know, fair warning. Fair warning. Meanwhile, let's see about finding somebody to help Yisbet out. Sigh. Get the health back in play. Alright, what do we got here? Good thing we got rid of the dread. Ah, romance next. Or self-romance. We're not actually with anyone. Okay, we're just not doing well with this finding up. People just don't want to take our money, apparently. I guess we have a bad reputation now. We did get Fett to work for us once, though. And it worked. He got paid. We got what we wanted. Should be fine, but nope. Apparently, you go crazy once, your reputation in the street just goes nuts. All right, the pawns won that. Now, if we were able to get it up to 8, we could get him to 1 blade to winter, which still isn't great, mind you, but it's something better than nothing. Now, this guy, dude, Perils of Renown, will keep going for a bit, but I think we can go with this. Question is, we can keep him indefinitely running on the on this sort of thing, as long as we don't actually accomplish a mission. So what I want to do first is I want to see if we get a minion, and if... Oh, over the place. So we do not. So we might as well just keep going with this. Get our peeps back together, although I think it's probably an entirely different pawn. You know, somebody doesn't know how we messed up last time. Okay, what do we want here? Don't have a sickness coming up anytime soon, so I think we're doing that. And boom. Okay, the vitality worked. Great, I have vitality. I'm not really caring super much. Come on, somebody... There must be somebody in the Coruscant dark web that wants to take my money. Somebody I want to take my money. Like, this guy will do. Definitely. Alright, fine. We found a con man. Hopefully they're not conning us. It'd be kind of funny if you had like a 10% chance of taking your money and going. Let's see. Alright, so... Husher writes distractedly of his hatred of colors and the yearning for death. He hints at the great work he has envisioned to bring on to the palest of paintings will enthrall the world. He begins again and again to commit compelling phrases what he claims are secret words of winter. Right then. Okay. So, sure. What we can do, however, we've got time. I don't know if we've got time. 84 seconds, 30, maybe. Maybe we do. If we make this real fast, we can try to bring up to level 4 lore. More lore, better. Alright, got our counts back, and he didn't even have overtime. I'm feeling like we should celebrate. But that just means we're going back to work. At least we managed to get our painting done in a weekend, which is good. Speaking of which, what are we doing next? Ah, we're fine. All wheels firing. Alright, the vitality just kind of chilling there. Sometimes, if they've got nothing better to do with the vitality, I will just... Oh, sickness again. Oh well, we'll have vitality at least for it. I think. Alright, so this gets popped here. This dude is like... he like painting again, but, you know, he can't literally put me... Okay, I don't think they can literally put me into Jedi jail for painting. Although, I'm not sure these days. Bloody Jedi. Alright. Gonna need this for sickness, so we'll keep it for clear at the moment. And yeah, Padawan piss off. Right then, the experienced swindler. Why do I want this? Because I want to get language. Alright, so what we want to do is put the experienced swindler in here and put in 1 fund. Now, what we'll do next is we'll put in the pawn, because we... Well, actually, we could put in Yisbet in the small chance that she gets wounded. We heal her, and then... risky, though. Let's do it with the pawn first. You could actually get to a high enough level of winter to be useful if he gets the right wound. Anyways, yeah. So Strathimus, the experienced swindler, will attempt to sneak in and get us some books. We'll see if it works. Oh, we got a mentor coming up too. We can learn a language. Let me guess, it'll be Latin. Anyways, knowledge. Yep, erudition. We do have just enough time to pull it off. So we have level 4, winter. Excellent. Yep, and there's the vitality we're going to need for that sickness. So self-solving problem, really. Oops. Don't want to be caught daydreaming at work, now do we? Daydreaming of when I can fry you with lightning! Poppy. Okay, Pops. Now, a couple ways to handle this. We can, of course, get her to give us a whole bunch of money and a silver spintra if we sacrifice a pawn. Which, you know, I'm good for. I mean, yeah, I just met this guy and not terribly attached. Yusbet probably isn't terribly attached. I mean, I even met. Yeah, let's just not get attached there. So yeah, if we talk to Poppy, set up the set up her thing with passion. The unfortunate thing is we'll have to deal with that. How best to handle this? Not sure yet. We're gonna play it by ear. The biggest problem we're going to have is that Mystique's going to fire unless I go directly into painting when it's appropriate. So I don't think I can count on because of Alden's nuttiness. Now we can, however... Ooh, I should have the Swindler back in place so I could... there you go. Don't get attached. Should have that Swindler back in place where I could drive him mad with 70% chance. We'll get there. Maybe we'll do that next. But yeah, again, just have to take care of that. Sigh. In any case, should we... Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Hopefully that works. Alright, yeah. This one's going to be level 4 lore, and yeah, you know, small steps, as it were. Death lore. It's all coming back to me. I always liked death lore. It's kind of my thing. You know, I like black. And blowing up planets, that's a lot of death lore. Okay, yeah, he's got the Mystique going. Biggest problem is he could get the evidence up and running from this. Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, maybe not. We're about to have the shit pit. We apparently... My swindler failed me. He's failed me for the first time. Stickle difficulties. So we're going to have to try again. But at least he didn't lose a person. Now, this swindler wants more cash. That's just typical. Oops. Oh, well. You know what? I'm busy. You're lucky you got half of my attention. Now, this is actually, if you've got nothing better to do and you just want to save the vitality for the future, just turn it into a 2-pointer. It'll decay back into regular vitality later. Now, since we've got the Jedi's attention, unfortunately, we can't... See, you can't generate additional Mystique. There you go. More health. Excuse me. Sigh. And boom. What do we got? Oh my god. This will end in blood for us. Guys, seriously. Like, the worst fucking expedition. On the other hand, you bumbling it made it so this guy isn't even looking at our direction. Because he couldn't possibly be thinking that we are actually behind it because we're supposed to be cunning thieves and Sith. Jesus Christ, people. Need to get the people back together. Screw this crap. We're going directly to getting our peeps back. Oosh, funds are low, of course. Okay, who's wounded? That's that dude. I just don't know if I can care right now. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna let the mission fail and just get the Mystique out of it. Sigh. I'd like to say I expected better, but I really can't say that. Alright, so you can just die. You know, you failed me for the first time, and it's probably going to be for the last time, because I ain't hiring you again. So, yeah. Going back to work, you just do what you're going to do. Okay, so yeah, our pawn... That was just... No. Mystique and Dread. Great. Oh, brothers. Yeah, at least we don't have a trap coming up. Well, that happened. yeah. Apparently our peeps are... Apparently I can't get a decent person. Cost me too much money, you asshole. I'm glad you broke your leg. We might get Latin, though, if we're lucky with that mentor we just popped. Alright, so... Nope, but we're going to have another dread in play. I do not like having multiple dread in play. Thank you. Need a painting session, I guess. Sith art therapy. Alright, so, this case, yeah, we got Crocus Hill, which is, I think, yeah, the door, I think we need, is it hidden, or is it, sealed the entrance? Sealed door, which means we need forge or, knock. We can, remember, get, accomplished. Our bomb maker might be on the blow that door open, but we don't have him anymore, so, yeah. Don't have enough funds to be able to do shopping either, which sucks. Anyways, so, yeah. My guess is that we're going to have to, let's see, if we get lucky with the mentor here. No, this one teaches us Greek, which is great and all that, but, again, there's the Mystique. We're going to have Mystique up the wazoo if we're not careful, which is probably going to be okay, as we're going to not do any expeditions for a bit. That... If we'd gotten lucky and gotten the Latin book, and I'd done this, and we could get Yisbet when we got a restlessness up to level 5, and then she could have zipped through these, but that's just not to be, unfortunately. So, this is where we are right now. We're going to have to take the low road again, which is unfortunate. And it will, however, keep us out of the Jedi's sight for a while. Without a notoriety, they literally have nothing else to talk about with me. And we've got to be abused by our former underling, which I expect no more from the Sith than that, but when the tables inevitably turn, I will not forget this. I never will. Okay, so we could... Actually, if we wait a moment... Yeah. Can't wait long enough to start painting again, so we're going to have to go back here. Alright, do we have a dread trap coming up? We do not. Now, I'm thinking is that we'll just go with the eternal cycle of Mystique. As long as we get notoriety, we're going to be fine. We get our peeps back up. Now we just got to watch the dread traps as they form around us, despairing of our slow progress to returning to our full strength, which I will do. The Jedi will not stop me. All right. So, right, restlessness. Now, one of the reasons I'm not diving, by the way, is because if I get another dread or such from the dive, which is a possibility... bastards. Bastard, literal. One. Alright. So, yeah, we're getting another minion there. He is going to continuously be dropping onto us for the Mystique we're generating, which is fine. Just fine. Might as well get that one out of the way. Alright. Okay, but at least our... paying attention to our day-to-day 9-to-5 job, or however they measure time here, is going to provide us the mundane benefit. You know, the Jedi's just looking into us and seeing the fact that all we're doing is punching cards. I mean, the whole shtick with the attempt to steal the books there, yeah. Oh, look, Violet. Easing the pain of dying. Alright, our angel of death. I'd forgotten about her. Yeah. Well, that's great. Alright, we can, however, use her to get rid of the dread. Alright, boom, and... boom, and boom, and boom. Boom. There you go. I'm just passing my dread on to her. Alright, so we have that. Anyways. Yeah, Elizabeth's probably getting a bit bored herself. I imagine she's in the back of the Sith temple texting. I mean, there's nothing really else to do. How many ceremonies you can do if you have just one person and one minion? Because I don't really call minions, I think that one's got a bunch of stuff to do. We're not going to be able to pack that one. So, yeah. Anyways. Ah, excellent. Glover and Glover. Now, if we're quick enough, and I think we are, we can take this and just do our painting bit. Again, we're pretty much charging through Mystique, so it doesn't really matter. Need to get that into its active phase. Pop it in. All right, Violet, you're my... Now I've got this, which is good, I suppose. But again, we're in our eternal networking phase at this point. Well, it just seems eternal. All right, yeah, we're just going to keep generating this. He's going to keep looking, and he's going to find nothing. Nothing at all. I will cover my tracks. Oh, wait, no, that's not the job. I'm so attuned to Moreland be picking on me that I'm just kind of like, yeah, whatever. Dread trap active, but nothing to show. Oh, great, we got a restlessness up. I don't think the two will overlap. The trap will close before we detonate it, but still, it's a thing. All right. Oh my god, another restlessness? You gotta be kidding me. But we do actually 0-0. Last freaking nanosecond we get back into our job. But yeah, the mystique's just gonna add up. The glimmering goes here, that goes there. Oosh. Contentment goes here. Look at all of this triggering just simultaneously. Oh boy. Anyways, so. Alright, so we'll have another minion shortly. Yeah. Like I said, the Jedi are going to be on us constantly because we're networking with people they have on their, well, not on their red list, but I'd say kind of like their pink list. The list they have, like, watch this person because they have artistic talents and they can think for themselves. Which is how all totalitarians inevitably turn on their people do. I see you there, Mace Windu. Because Mace Windu, by the way, if you actually read the books associated with him, was actually the Jedi that was deemed most likely to turn on the Council. And I'm not kidding. He had some sort of ability that was normally associated with the dark side to detect weaknesses in things and then take advantage of them, which you'd think would be more useful to trying to keep the enemies of the Jedi. That was interesting. Dude, what the hell just happened there? That was not good. Alright, gotta be a little more careful with that. We're gonna have this, aren't we? At least there's no dread trap up and running. We do need to get rid of them. Alright, so, speaking of which, there's one way to get rid of them. Another minion. I mean, it would be funny if I actually had to pull 5 minions out to do one of these missions. I'll do it. I will goddamn do it. I will put them out there and do so. But in the meantime, let's use the... We can just toss anything we want in there. Doesn't have to be associated with the light at all. Also, but we should really get the one that's got a few more seconds on it to get rid, so that this one will decay a little bit faster. But yeah, getting the band back together, so to speak. I mean, I don't think I had Violet the first run, so it's like it's like, okay, octogenarian Jedi. I mean, a Sith who likes to poison. Hey, Sith poisoner. We can work with that. We can work with that. Definitely work with that. Oh boy. Let's see, if we don't have the trap coming up, we're good with the dread for now. Keep working, and while we're here, since we've got the cache and we've got the study thing going constantly, let's go. All right, cool. We've initiated him and stuck his dread in the head. All right. Can't get you the next level, though, which would be like level 2 Grail, which would be great, because then I could have Alden going continuously with 30%, no, with like a 10% chance of success? I don't know. In any case, or he might try to stab him, because he's also got the one edge. That should be kind of funny, but also pointless. Yeah, so like I said, since we're going with the endless whirling about of the Jedi Council checking us out, as well as reading from books, because reading is bad for totalitarians as well. If you can think, you might not obey, and you might not bring taxation in for the Republic, because the Republic is your friend. There you go. Victory Crows. The assassins are the Oran, or agents of a power called the Colonel, the power of the secret masters. The accounts go back. Yeah, this is actually a book about, tells a little bit about our exile run of the oh god, I've forgotten. The Reckoners, I think is what they're called. The ones who kill people for money and then absorb their life force for mystical purposes. I like that run, but oh my god, he needs to fix it. It's so buggy. I literally do not think you cannot get some of the endings that are coded into the game because of the bugs. It's like, I want to go in and fix things just using the console, but is that actually a challenge then? If I can just instantly give myself the win conditions just to see what they're like? Oof. You have to let me know if you want me to I can try to edge it slightly in our favor by dropping things occasionally while maintaining the illusion of challenge, as it were, by not undoing all the stuff that's against us, but I'll leave that to you guys if you really want me to try to tackle that again someday. There we go, 2 points of edgelore. Ooh, how edgy. And I think, yeah, we've got enough that we can probably risk it again. Again, like I said, we're taking the slow path at this point, unfortunately. Like the episode is 75%, is 3/4 done, and we've made progress. You can't say we haven't made progress. Ah, look, there's the skeleton songs of greedy delight by dusk. Harris turned madam turned poetess. Definitely someone into indulgence. All right. In a barrelless introduction, the explanation of the book was illustrated, but the suppression bureau would not permit it. Yeah, it's just Percival the Red Cup. Yeah, she's a low-level Grail devotee, and she's probably invited to the ending of the Grail Apostle, in which, well, the Red Feast occurs. Oh, one of my favorites. I'm getting like a girl Sith thing going here, you know? I mean, it's kind of cool. We got 3 Maiden Mother Crone here. Hey, Sith goddess worship. There's a thought. Anyways, we can use her to get rid of the dread. Not really necessary, mind you, but why not? Get rid of the dread. Oops, nope. Put this in first. Toss in the dread. Toss in that. Toss in this. Toss in our person that we're initiating into our reduced Sith cult, as it were. Sigh. Alright. Screw you, man. Work overtime. I'm initiating someone, and I've got to come into the office. God damn it. Did you take this as bet? Sorry. Sorry. I really wanted this to be different, more special, but, you know, business calls. Alright. So she's 2 heart, 2 winter, 2 moth. It's a thing. It's not a good thing, unfortunately, but it's a thing. Alright. Life secrets usually. Let's go talk about that in public. I mean, when you come right down to it, I think what we are just our cult is being disguised as a book club. It would make sense. That's why we've got primarily females. We don't know the pawns' genders. It could all be females. And with me, we're going to be discussing the poetry of the 101st century blind seer and secret Sith, Bolstars the Black Door. I mean, get rid of the crazy names that Lucas came up with his peeps. I don't see that actually being completely out of the way, out of mind. You know, it could happen. So much reminiscence. I'm not sure what we're reminiscing about. I mean, according to our playthrough here, Sheev's had a pretty shitty life, and it's what's turning him evil. Okay, so yeah, Red Secret. Yeah, we've got that going. I guess it's a little risky. I don't like to do the whole thing with the library unless I've got at least 6 funds. Basically making the Jedi Council waste paperwork on me, and I think I'm enjoying that. Because at least I want to... They're going to make my life miserable, I'm going to make their life miserable. That's right, I am totally evil because I am totally doing books. Oh my god, we actually got off that, but we're going to be right back to it as well. And there's the bloody you again. Alright, if we're quick about this, and are we quick? We are not quick about this. We cannot do so without losing our job. So we're going to have to risk the initiation thing, I guess. We might be able to... Depends. 40 seconds. We might be able to pull this off. We might be able to pull this off. Meanwhile, back at the office. We at least, however, got our funds up to the point where we can go shopping. Yay, capitalism! Sometimes you can buy yourself a treat to help you forget the soul-crushing mind-numbingness of being the slave of the system. Down with the system! Up with my system! I swear, the Empire will be better. Really. Trust me. Alright, another... God, we can do this. We can actually have one of our... We can actually generate 5 edge by voting in 5 pawns. It'll be fascinating. Alright, so... Meanwhile... We don't even need to use... Since there's 2 light in there, we don't even need to use... Yeah, you're taking my cosmic angst into your brain. Consider that to be your initiation, motherfucker. Limited power, limited power. Oh. Epidemics, parasite activities. Yeah, it looks like this one is probably moth, actually. Don't need moth lore at the moment. But it is useful if we had 2 pieces of moth lore and use, let's see, one of these. Yeah, we could use that if we have the myth room up and running, which we don't have the myth room up and running because it sucks. Anyways, so yeah, let's just study the book. When the individual K attends the meetings, black dogs are sacrificed in quarter. Jesus Christ, man. There's easier ways to do hors d'oeuvres. Ugh. When the individual M is in attendance, black mirrors are found with throat slash. Oh, wait, these are actually, some of the peeps you can get in the Grail run that just do some pretty nasty stuff. Grail mirrors are found with throat slash. I propose these sacrifices are not necessary, but they're Lygean friends because they're fitting airwood diagrams of mutilations. Okay, this one definitely isn't getting passed around the book club. I'd have to really, though. Yeah, this is just kind of too old school for me, really. All right, so yeah. You again. Like you took a coffee break and came back. All right, move it. Let's go talk about salacious details. I mean, technically, all we're doing is advertising our book club and he's on our ass. Look, what? Let me guess. This is like, pre-crime. You found some Jedi omen person who said, well, this person could be a problem, so we're going to assign one Padawan whose only job is to look at my freaking book club. Ugh. And you wonder why I'm going to destroy your order. Wait, forget I said that. Forget I said that. Anyways, did it work? Hope so. Anyways, yeah. Medusa's riddle. Then she says, what is not seen? There's another riddle. It's also from the Exile. There's another riddle. I heard what is maybe lost. I will attempt historical answer. These seem themselves some self-sacrifices. Sacrifice being, 6? Wow. Okay, it's a pity that the answer to our riddle isn't, moth. We'd already, for the stag door, we'd already be there. But yeah, 6. Oosh. Well, I mean, right now we can't do much with the lore as it is because we don't have any rituals. I'm not at the position where I can start diving into the auction house because if I lose some of the important books that way, that would suck. Yeah. In any case, yeah, we're back at work, which is great. Slow going. I mean, that's the problem with being a bad guy, is that so many times you just gotta sit around, doing nothing, waiting for your minions to get things completed. I mean, what do villains do for their hobbies? I mean, we've got the book club going. That's just the thing. Maybe he just does read, Maybe he's a big Star Wars version of Daniel Steele fan. I like my little stories. They help keep me sane. Okay. Ooh, we are quick enough for this, so we can pop in a couple of these, because God forbid we run out of mystique. And paint our restlessness away. How does that sound? There you go. Oh, great. I'm content. Apparently the book club is really doing it for me. I mean, I'm not really going to say that's about, oh my god, again with the hangers on. We are definitely going to have our 5 squad pretty soon. Our freaking Power Rangers. There we go. We're going to have Power Rangers. I'll send out the Power Rangers to do my bidding for me. Pretend to be a giant head in a bubble, in a column. Okay, but we will, however, wait until we have something that we do not want. We could. I mean, that's just kind of interesting. I can just... there's the Dread Trap, which is a good thing we got rid of that. It's kind of funny. It's a bit of a waste, but I will show it to you. You can, since this has 2 lantern, you can use screw using my Cosmic Angst. Let's use my Happy Thoughts to initiate this guy. I like you. I really like you. I want you to remember this. When I send you to your death, remember I will be a little meh about it, okay? Alright. Alright, meh. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have... Oh, God, can I actually do this is the question. I don't think I can because... Alright, even if I put 2 of the guys with pawns in there, that gives me 2... that we have a chance to put another minion that gives us 3 edge. It gives us a 30% chance of success. And I'd have to somehow get the other 2 in. I mean, I'd have to basically get somebody... I'd have to basically start with one of our 2 people, like Rose or something, or just get the next freaking level of that. I mean, inside of this is, we know at some point we have to get the person who teaches Latin in. We have the Von Sprinter, but we have no idea how long. Or we go through the bookstore and we get the Latin primer. But it hasn't happened yet, and we're sitting here waiting on the RNG gods, and they are not being kind to us. All right, but they are being kind to this. All right, so we feel good. I mean, the Sith therapy is working. That's always a good thing. And we're doing it on the weekend. We're doing nothing else on the weekend besides this in the book club. I mean, it's a life. It's not a good life, but it's a life. At least I'm not... You gotta notice we haven't gotten a single one of the bloody fascinations going, because I think our guy is like, that's in Greek, unfortunately, but I do have you, and that is we might actually be willing to burn the spintra for this. We go in, give her this, give her the bronze spintra, and then use the Greek to translate this. Normally I get the Greek from hitting the congregation, but again, we don't have enough of a cult to be able to run these things anymore. And like I said, we just cannot seem to get a good mercenary or minion for hire, which sucks, mind you. Apparently my credit in the underworld is no good anymore. And I'm gonna have a headache. Sigh. I'm feeling it. All right, but yeah. Language of the metaphysics of propaganda. Secret history is menacing and what is contained by silver, which is ironically exactly what we're going to be, the book we have. Let's get that done. It's a thing that's happened, and it's really going to be, unfortunately, it's going to be one of the biggest accomplishment of this episode, which is not saying much, unfortunately. And our book club keeps going. The Sith book club. I mean, the thing is, we will be dealing with the mysteries of Zankar the Cruel next. Remember, I want to hear at least a couple of footnotes from all of you. I want a participation in this group. Sigh. All right. Got another one. Oof. Sylvia. I think Sylvia is another one of our moth people. It's like, I like you, Sylvia. But you, I might decide to keep back for removing unwanted influences. Okay. And meanwhile, that means, however, we simply go directly back to finding another one. Oh, and we'll definitely study the health when we get this done so I can get rid of the sickness. Down with the sickness. Not so down with the sickness, really. Actually, boom. Let's get this done. The dire bestiary of the horrors we found in mirrors. I think this is going to give us the lantern we desperately need to start bringing our people up to the next level. Yes! Well, we'll need restlessness to do it, but oh my god, we get... Or contentment. Oh god, we do get that on a regular basis. Yeah, we'll have to blow cash for the sickness, I think, unless we're really good with the that. All right, so yep, we're gonna have another minion. Things are looking good. We're not moving fast, but we are moving, which is the important part. All right, so yeah, 80 seconds is more than enough to turn that back. And you, my dear, all right, cash is back in place, but not yet enough to go buy another book. It's okay. We've got this really interesting book that we've been studying, and then once I translate it for all of my minions, we will again learn so much. The virgins, maidens of the mirror favor orchids. Okay, orchids associated with death, maids and burden, maybe favor the rhododendrons. The behindlings favor the rhododendrons. I didn't realize there were flower arrangements for this. Cut flowers of either nature should not be placed before polished bronze. An appendix contains a right what might be used to contain some of these entities, or the details are not made clear. Mantis Clip 4. Yep, what we're going to be able to do. Yes, finally, the right, the Watchman's Shadow, which means we sacrifice knowledge to be able to that. We burn the lore, which is not my favorite way of doing it, but what we can do, well, hang on, let's do this. Let's get the vitality out of the way, then we'll do this, and then the next episode we're going to be set to be able to start initiating our people into the next level of things, which means we can get our pawn people up to a decent number too, which means we can actually start risking, oh god, another restlessness. Well, at least, I think Porter's actually a blade. Alright, so in a second, alright, this is all going to be a bit. Alright, so first things first. Let's keep this open so we can initiate somebody using the restlessness and we don't have to deal with the freaking dread. Let's get Alden. Let's stay at work so nobody won't rest anybody's suspicion, and then do our initiation a coffee break, I guess. Then we're also going to need an erudition to be able to get the two things together. Yeah, it's all going to take time, unfortunately. Vitality is up and running, so we can put the sickness in. Get rid of that. Excellent. Next, erudition. Boom, boom. Go for it. You've got that. We'll initiate Mirror of Glory, Restlessness, and put the Scholar Greek over here. And Porter. Go for it. Take my Cosmic Dread, Porter. Then every time we get a contentment or a restlessness, we can use it to initiate somebody to the next level. I'll have to speak of that, would you? Look at this all. Look at it all. It's just raining down on me. All right, Porter, you're a believer now. I think you're the... Note your moth. Ooh. 3 moths would be able to take on some of these missions. That's interesting. We could use it first for this one, the congregation. Yeah, it's a thought. We might want to just wait until we can get the level 2 initiations completed, and that's that, and not do anything to tip off the Jedi that we're more than just a book club. We're the Aethis, H-T-I-S, Sith backwards club, because we're going to be totally... we can also use erudition to initiate. I forgot about that. Very simple way to do it. I'm going to think very deep thoughts. All right, reason, erudition, there we go. Can't believe now, of course, I need erudition. I've got extra... Gods. Anyways, let's get this knocked out. All right. Yeah, I think that's a better plan. We've seen what happens when I rush things. Pause for a moment. Get rid of the restlessness using this. Get in there. Get in there. Sylvia. Boom. Yes, we will continue to absorb these things into our brain. Our collective existential angst and a little bit of pleasure to take the taste of ennui out of our mouths. Which, ironically, is not actually that uncommon for a thing you want to do with cults. I mean, just do something... There's only so much metaphysical knowledge that one can do. Yep, there's the other one. Only so much metaphysical one's going to have that you just need to go back to doing something a little nicer to yourself. I mean, let's face it. If you're not being kind to yourself, what are you even doing it all for? Okay, so... Boom. Let's get you the erudition so we can get the level 6 lore. And finally, we will be progressing towards the end of things. All right. Oh, I hate you. All right. Now we can, however, quickly go shopping. Deep breath. Deep breath. We're actually getting there. We finally have the lore we need in order to be able to conquer the inner depths of our mind, at least to the level we were doing before. The book club will suddenly become my new Sith cult. My apprentices will go out and use their power of knowledge. Okay, that's a thing that we just purchased. One of the reasons I like using the auction house version is I don't have to buy things I hate. I mean, it's not bad, mind you. When I get to the final level of, I want 3 of them at least before I get to the final level of scholarship. But come on. I wanted so much more than that. At least, however, we still have enough to do that. Go. Boom. And... Come on. Give it to me. Suck it to me. Dread trap. Again, that's not useful. And boom. There we go. Level 6 lore. Level 6 lantern lore. Which basically means that we're going to be able to, next round around, start initiating our people there, and finally start dropping into these freaking vaults we have here, and start using the knowledge. Now, we only have Greek. I was hoping for Latin first, but I will take it, because that's what came available, and sometimes it's all you've got. One right that I really don't like using, unless, secret histories is lore I'm burning away, and that's only, of course, to summon one person. Although I could get Fucine easier that way. That would be interesting. Fucine, I think. Is that more proper? Anyway, so this is Fantastic World, saying for all Lovecraft Country, as we stand ourselves on the cusp, not of great things, but of at least better things. We will be able to get our people like Sylvia, Porter, and Elizabeth up to level 5 when it comes to the Moth lore, put together for a mission, and we've got a 90% chance of getting a lot of their basic missions out of the way, as Moth I've said so many times before, with the most versatile kind of lore. But yeah, this one was us rebuilding our credibility among the... Well, we haven't actually. We're just... I love the fact, 2 dudes, all women, book club. That's going to be our Sith cult. The Sith book cult. okay? Because we're going to be debating literary terms why we're torturing our minions into obedience or something like that. I don't know. What do you think a Sith book club would look like? Anyways, this is Fantastic World. Like I said before, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters, whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.